I got hacked. It happened a day ago as of writing the script. If you saw this sussy-ass live stream by some guy named Michael Saylor on Bitcoin crash and MSTR stock drop, BTC price analysis, you probably figured it out. Because I don't get nearly as many live stream viewers, obviously. So let me tell you what happened. And I'll be honest, this is something kind of hard for me to talk about. But I'm not in the best financial position right now. I'm not making enough from my videos on their own, and it's barely enough to cover my bills every month, let alone to support my family as a breadwinner and paying for my own medical education. So, I try to take every sponsorship that I can. Not willy-nilly, of course. I try to choose my sponsors based on their reputation and what they're actually selling, if they're relevant to my channel, and what you guys might be interested in based on that. I also tend to get a bunch of spam and phishing emails, but they're usually pretty obvious that they're scammers trying to get my login credentials. And then, this email arrived. It looked legit enough. The email came from an actual company website and not a personal email from a public mailing service, and when I looked it up, it seemed to be for a brand of daily supplements. This is something that I was recently studying, and it's an area of research that I'm actually also interested in looking into further once I start to do my papers, so I figured I could give them a try. But let me give you guys a little lesson on phishing emails, okay? So you're not as stupid as this girl over here. I'm going to show you my scammer's email here. Can you spot anything out of place? No? Well, neither did I, clearly. Or maybe you did, and maybe I'm just stupid. But this one, I admit, was pretty sneaky. Phishing emails nowadays aren't just as obvious as making their display name something convincing, like Road or Fila, and then having the actual email address lead to some obscure mailing service from some Eastern European country with a bunch of numbers for the account name. Sometimes they're a bit more tricky, like using an actual name for the account name, and then making the web address after the @ symbol look legit, but with odd spacing or punctuations, like instead of adidas.com, they'd say advertising-adidas.com or creators-adidas.com. Basically, if they're claiming to represent a brand, but their email doesn't have the exact official web address of the brand they're representing, it's a scam. And this one didn't seem to have that. Their email address looks legit. The company they're pretending to be does exist. It's less known, it has an unusual name, but here's the thing I didn't realize until I was making this video. The company's name is Anima Mundi, spelled with an I. And this person's web address, it's spelled with an L. Right here. And if that makes me really stupid, then I am really stupid, or maybe mildly dyslexic. But in any case, I fell for the trick. I respond to them, telling them I'm interested in collaborating, and Sarah here then tries to direct me to a third-party platform called Brand Snob, telling me to make an account there so they can monitor my analytics and audience demographics and possibly offer more brand deals as well. And immediately, I got a bad feeling. See, kids, here is Content Creator 101. If any company needs access to your account to monitor your analytics, you run for the hills because they definitely want to snatch your account with an already established audience and flip it into a crypto channel to peddle their shitty finance courses. But I was desperate. I needed the money, and I hate asking anyone for anything, even help, so I pushed forward anyway. So I went to this platform, and they claimed to work with a bunch of large, already established YouTubers. And mind you, this website is down now after I put their URL into my report to Google, so you're welcome. But I thought, okay, this looks fine. At worst, it's probably a multi-channel network that's going to try to make me sign a binding contract so they can take a cut of my ad revenue. So I put in my channel name. They want me to prove that I'm the rightful owner of the channel. Sounds reasonable. So I log into that platform. It fails. I should have just stopped right there. I should have never done that at all, in fact. And then suddenly, I get an email in my backup account saying, account recovered successfully. My blood runs cold. I check. I'd been kicked off the email I used for my YouTube channel. Password changed, passkey changed, recovery email and phone number changed. I was completely locked out. And the worst part was, this isn't even the first time this has happened to me. And it happened for the same reason. Because I was desperate and needed the money. So I took the chance of earning it at the risk of my own safety. And I know I'm probably not the only person in this boat because other creators have also gotten their accounts hacked around the same time. And the hacker then proceeds to start the same Bitcoin livestream by Michael Saylor. So I think this is how the scam worked. First, they make a super legitimate looking website for a brand onboarding site for creators that's supposed to offer them a bunch of sponsorship opportunities from companies who are their clients, but it's actually all a phishing site. Then they email creators pretending to be different brands and companies offering sponsorships with very subtle deceptive emails, and then they tell them to make an account on their phishing site so that they can accept it. And if a sponsor ever tries to redirect you to a third-party platform, a second location, if you will, immediately say no, especially if you have to make an account in order to access their deal. Because on this phishing site, creators hand over their login credentials willingly. These people then enter the creator's account through backdoor access with these credentials, then quickly change every security measure which automatically signs out every device connected to the account, leading to the owner of the account being kicked out with no way in. They change your password, so if you try to put in your original one, you can't. You click try another way, and they ask for your passkey. Okay, awesome. You have your passkey set. Maybe it's the 8-digit codes you generated once in case something like this happens, or a confirmation to the device that's still logged in. No, they've changed that too. Usually, the option they like is the USB device you have to plug in, because how the hell are you supposed to acquire that? You click try another way, again, so you can hopefully log in through your recovery email or phone number, and they've changed those too. Congrats, you're completely locked out of your own house. But as I've said before, this is sadly not the first time I've fallen for this type of phishing scheme. So this time around, I, at the very least, could refer back to what I did last time, which let me get things sorted faster. I went on Twitter, no, I will never call it X, and tagged Team YouTube, and everyone in my community, as well as my friends, helped push it to their attention. I got the forms I needed and filled it as soon as I got access to it, and then it was a waiting game. Mind you, this all happened in the span of 2 hours. 2 hours since I was locked out of my account, I was in touch with Team YouTube and filled in the forms. It was getting late for me because I lived in GMT +7, so I told myself I should get some rest because there wasn't anything I could do until YouTube got back to me. Big mistake. I should have just stayed up all night, actually. At around 2 a.m. my time, the hijackers started a live stream peddling their shitty crypto scam with botted viewers, and because I wasn't awake to catch it, my viewers acted. I know they had the best intentions of helping me to report suspicious activity, and I'm sure this is the knee-jerk reaction for most people if they see their favorite art content creator suddenly peddling crypto. And they're suddenly named Michael Saylor. So they mass reported the live stream, which got my channel removed. Because the first time I got hacked, the hacker didn't upload anything. They were probably still waiting for a buyer. So when I got access to my account again, it was back to business as usual. But this time, when I got my account back the very next day because I regained access to my email account pretty quickly, my channel was gone. YouTube had removed it. And that was the worst feeling ever. So, little tip for anyone who is a creator or just a viewer. If a YouTube channel gets hijacked and the hijacker starts uploading stuff on the channel and even changing banners, profile pictures, and descriptions, unless the creator themselves explicitly tells you to report it, don't report it. And I know some of you will already disagree with me, and I hear you, I get your sentiment, but hear me out first, let me explain. Mass reporting made it seem to the YouTube system like I was the one promoting a dangerous scam and violating community guidelines multiple times because multiple people reported it. The fact is, YouTube doesn't have great internal communication. They have separate teams handling different things, and they are all in cubicles or silos, if you will. They don't talk to each other unless they have to, and most of it is automated. Sometimes they don't even look at it at all. They just let the robot do it. And the robot handling reports doesn't know that I was hacked or that I had reported it and that they're running an internal investigation. The robot thinks, this creator is violating guidelines. Look at all these people reporting it. So they axe my channel. And then the team that was handling my hacking can't give me my channel back because the robot got rid of it. That's an entirely separate process I have to start on my own, and they don't just do that automatically. So here's what I think you should do as a creator instead of asking your viewers to report. And this is my personal opinion based on my experience going through this nightmare twice. Tell everyone to stay calm, go straight to Team YouTube on Twitter, at them, and let them know what's happening. Ask your friends and your followers to boost that post so that they get back to you faster. And then, once they start a DM conversation with you, ask them for a form that will refer you to a specialist team. Provide your channel and AdSense ID, so make sure you always have this information on hand in case you can no longer access them, and fill the form in as soon as you can. YouTube can lock the account to make sure no more content is uploaded and restore your channel to its original state before it was hacked once the investigation is finished. This includes removing any content uploaded during the hacking period, and they can't do that if your channel is already removed. As for the viewers, unless the creator explicitly asks you to mass report for whatever reason they may have, maybe they're going through a different way about this than I am. Trust that the content creator is working behind the scenes to resolve it, and just leave comments letting people know that the account was hacked so that anyone watching the suspicious content is immediately made aware that this is not the creator's usual content and that they do not endorse those things. Raising awareness is the name of the game here. Because if you do end up getting your channel removed, you're gonna have to submit another completely separate appeal from YouTube Studio to get it returned. In which instance, YouTube will send a human to meticulously review every single video you've ever made, and if they find enough things you've done or said that they don't like for whatever reason, you aren't getting your channel back. And that's just another risk you're going to have to face. Luckily for me, since I don't tend to go into hot topics very much and I'm pretty PG as far as my language goes, I got my channel back. And actually, I'm very fortunate to have gotten my channel back, because I know for a fact not a lot of people do, and especially not as quickly as I did. Like, in total, it took me 2 days to get everything back, and in fact, it would have only taken 1 day if my channel hadn't been removed. So, that pretty much sums it all up, and I do want to thank everyone for your continued support and kind words and your trust in me throughout this entire process, and for your concern as well. I'm really fortunate to have this. It's my main source of income, and this is something that I would fight for no matter what. And part of that is because of you guys. because I love my audience so much. I think I have such a great community, and I hope I can do better moving forward so that I don't worry you guys as much. I hope this explains everything, and I hope it helps people in my position from falling into the same situation. And in conclusion, Anima Mundi, you should sponsor me for real, because I think I've earned it.